Hello, I'm Joanne, and this is Joe Mama's Garden. Today, I wanted to give you a little update on the soil blocks that I made about 5-6 days ago. One thing I found out is I did not need to compress them so much. That made the blocks very dense. And when I was planting the seeds, it was a little firmer than I thought it should have been to let the seeds sprout and roots go through the soil. However, I did not change it. So we will see if that was a good choice or not. One other thing that I did find out is, or learn, is you need to have them covered. Otherwise, the moisture really does escape, especially here when it's so dry in Arizona. Let's take a look and see what has gone on since Monday. And today is Saturday. So that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5 days. Let's take a look. I did go ahead and put plastic wrap over the top of them, but we do have some things sprouting. Let me take this off. So a lot of the beans are starting to sprout that I planted. Those are the names of all of the ones I planted. And I thought I was using a Sharpie. I was using a water erasable marker. I do have to go through and relabel everything. This is the second tray. Not too much happening here. A little bit of a Brussels sprout is starting to come up on this tray. This is the most exciting tray. A lot of things are coming up. And this is the one that I discovered I was using an erasable marker on. I have a little bit of an idea of what is in here. I have a lot of cucumbers over here, some cabbage, and this is, I don't know what that one is. I have some kohlrabi here. I will truly find out when we get a few more leaves coming out. I was really surprised how quickly the kohlrabi sprouted. That came up yesterday. I have also needed to add water daily to this tray. I realize you do not want to overwater them, but we are so dry in our weather that it is just really taking all the moisture out of these blocks. I am not watering them unless I see that they are dry, but so far that has been every day. I'm only adding about, for this size tray, I would say about 1 cup of water. And it is giving it enough moisture to keep the seeds moist so that they can germinate. So the lessons that were learned are, I did not need to compress the soil so densely, and this soil mix is very, very good, I think. It's going to be great for sprouting, as you can tell. And also, I was reading a little bit more into the composition, and it has a lot of different manures that have been aged in it. That's why it's going to really enhance the growth of the seeds and the plants. Let's go take a look at the garden and see what's going on there. Here is the garden today. I did take out a lot of the plants that were on their way out, not producing, and planted a few things. So I planted some more squash in this space here. I have the peppers that are still doing fine. I did get some seedlings planted. These are some seedlings that I started a week and a half ago. They sprouted so fast and really started growing so quickly. These are from some seeds that I saved of the national pickling cucumber. What I am doing right now when I am planting all of my seeds and transplanting the seedlings that I have done so far is I have gone to my worm bin, which is a raised bed with a center that is fenced off where my worms are, and that's where we do the composting, and the worms go ahead and break that soil down and of course leave their castings behind. So I am utilizing that and amending the soil before I plant anything there, and it's going to fertilize them and help them on their way. Another thing I'm doing to amend the soil is I'm putting 2 tablespoons of trifecta fertilizer. The trifecta fertilizer is some fertilizer I got from mygarden. I ordered it online, a small bag of that, and it's the first time I'm using that one, and I'm really excited to see how things are going to turn out. I am planting a second garden of some of the summer crops also. I'm planting squash, beans, tomatoes, and we already have the peppers going. I think the peppers are going to flourish so much better now. We're not in 110 degrees. It's 100 today, which is so much nicer. I cannot tell you, it's crazy to think that 100 is a good day when you are used to 113, 114 for the last 2 months. It has been a very, very record-breaking hot summer without any rain. We've only had rain here twice in our monsoon season. It was the driest monsoon season on record. It was a very difficult year for growing, that is for sure. But we're over that now. So we are 100 during the day, 102, and in the evening it's going into the 70s, and it is so much nicer. It's kind of funny, it's at 70 degrees in the evening, you actually feel a little chilly, but you know, that's about 40 or 50 degrees less than what we've been used to. Weird what you get used to. Here in the back of the garden we have the trellis, and the trellis is holding this gourd. It's the loofah gourd. It's going crazy right now. I have a ton of blossoms on it. I have not seen any more loofah right now. It is traveling all over the ground. Another thing is one of the very late melons was this cantaloupe, and it just started producing some cantaloupe. I just have one right now. I have seen a couple more of the blossoms and little fruits right over here starting. It took all summer before it did this. This jalapeno plant is really starting to blossom out. Have some jalapenos on here. They're going to be small, but finally this plant is doing what it's supposed to do. Ton of blossoms. And that seems to be the case with the majority of the peppers. Let's take a look at these. A lot of blossoms here. This is the blue pepper. Some more blossoms up here. Not a lot of fruit on these yet. Thank you so much for joining me today on this very short block update and a little look at the garden. Until next time, goodbye.